Here at Track One, we have Larisa Grizilo, who has more than 15 years of international experience in HR in diverse business sectors. She was working at Sanofi Adriatic, Diners, and in 2015 she joined ILM Telecom Austria Group. She's currently in the role of the Senior HR and Corporate Communications Director. Topic of her case is quite hot, so let's hear more about the world of remote work. Welcome, Larisa.
Hi, Jovana. Welcome. And thank you for having me here at the Great HR Week conference, the biggest in our region. I'm really
Thank
happy
you.
with you.
Thank you for joining us and good luck with your presentations. I will be back shortly with some interesting questions for you.
And tell me, Jovana, I suppose I now just share the screen.
Yes, we will just put up your presentation right now.
Okay.
Just go to present mode.
Is it okay
There it
like this?
is. Yes, it's all
Excellent.
good. We see you. Go ahead. I'll be back
Excellent.
shortly.
Excellent. Thank you, Jovana. So once again, I'm really happy to be here with you today. Now that we are like 9 months into the pandemic, it's quite clear that the transformation is real. So rather than talking about going back to work or back to normal, I think it's really time for us to accept the future and just get on with the path ahead. As Jovana said, I'm Larisa Grizilo, Senior HR and Corporate Communications Director in our cluster A1 Slovenia and VIP Mobile Serbia. We are members of A1 Telekom Austria Group, which is the biggest telco company in Central Eastern Europe. And we are really fortunate that this year's crisis hit us less than majority of industries. We are already some years driven by our mission to empowering digital life, so our employees are maybe less needed for adjustments to remote work, but nevertheless, crisis hit us as well. I would like to share with you what we've been doing the last months and what I believe we should be doing on our path ahead. But let me first give you a bit wider context of our current transformation. So, I mean, there are actually three transformations currently going on: economic, social, and cultural. And they are all three very much connected. The first is the economic transformation. People still need food, entertainment, healthcare, and all these things are currently mostly delivered in a digital way. Do we want to see a movie? We can stream it over our phone. Do we want to learn or take a course? We just go online, start and learn. As HR, it means that we've been really busy last month. We've been implementing digital tools, we've been redeploying people to new roles, and we've been developing new safe workplaces protocols. And we've really been learning how to improve the well-being, psychological safety, and mental health at work. Which lead me to the second transformation we are in, and this is the social transformation of our lives. A lot has been going on here lately. On one hand, we are becoming much nicer to each other. Every Zoom or Teams call starts with people checking how we feel. We are all very forgiving when people have kids at home and jumping into our screens, when we have power outages or not really optimal internet connection. We are really fully understanding and we care for each other. Although physically distanced, the internet allowed us to somehow reach into each other's private space of our homes. But on the other hand, however, we see a lot of hate and intolerance around us. It's very clear that income inequality has worsened this year. A lot of lowest paid workers lost their jobs on one hand or are mostly exposed to the infection while servicing on the other side. The third change is transformation in global culture. I don't know if you see, but there is an evident rise of collectivism. We see a need of fighting the forces together: solidarity, global warming, sustainability, pay equality, diversity, and inclusion. we are appreciating the nature around us much more than we used to before. And in workplaces, the changes has been seen as well. A lot of companies are experiencing how people are more connected, how they are working in cross-functional teams better, and they are much more focused on purpose and mission than ever. Yes, we may start slowly getting on planes and traveling again, definitely, hopefully very soon. But this new digital life, the increased care for others, and the growing collective culture is definitely going to last in the future as well. I believe the world will shift to a better one, and we will look back on this time as a positive transformation for us all. So through all this change in 2020, I think really the number one issue on the minds of business leaders was and still is the resilience. How do we respond, react, and transform in the most positive and productive way? And how do we position ourselves for the pandemic economy in the year ahead? So companies are doing really a lot of innovative things, evolve their management practices, and redeploy people in new jobs and positions. Josh Bersin made this year a huge study which involved thousands of companies and came to the list of best practices. And these 10 best practices you see on the screen now. They are recognized as key to resilient business performance. What you can see here on that slide is, and in these practices, you really see the overwhelming focus on people. Activities like buying masks, establishing a safe workplace, and enabling remote work are clearly very important. But these are mandatory items, things companies must do to survive. The companies that thrive are going much further, and they are focusing on people in even more agile and creative ways. If I look at these practices, I actually recognize our crisis agenda in A1 and VIP Mobile. Our key activities in the last months, and definitely I can say that there will be activities in the months to come as well. So what have we been doing in the last months? Even before day one of pandemic, we set up a cross-functional and empowered crisis team responsible for ensuring business continuity, operational management of the crisis, and transparent and frequent, at the beginning, even daily communication flow. This was quite crucial for us, for our success during the crisis. With pandemic day one, all our office employees, and this actually means in our cluster over 1,000 employees in 2 countries, they were all equipped and ready to start working remotely from their homes. This was true also for our over 400 customer service agents in both countries. So we all started with day one working remotely from home. In Slovenia, some weeks at the beginning, so end of March, beginning of April, our shops were closed. So we transferred our shop advisors to telesales and customer service agent jobs. There was quite a lot of systems and taxis training needed to onboard them on the new jobs, but we managed everything within several days. Already in March, we opened a new virtual sales channel, virtual A1 shop in Slovenia, and some months later in Serbia as well. Our leadership team in the first weeks of pandemic redefined the strategic goals to the crisis reality to give our organization a clear direction, clarity, and focus. We set just 6 priorities, and within them, our priority number 1 was employee health and safety. We trained and support managers on how to lead themselves and others virtually, what tools to use for virtual collaboration, etc., etc. we fostered two-way communication through various digital channels. We have a great channel in Slovenia, internal one. It is called Radio Hodnik. Radio Hodnik was vital for our really two-way communication and informing our employees what's going on and what, let's say, rules we should follow to somehow overcome the pandemic. We ran pulse survey at the end of wave one, so somewhere there in April, to see what are the emotions, pains, and suggestions for future of work from our employees. And these results, actually, their recommendations, expectations, and concerns served us later as a valuable basis for defining our future way of work. Actually, new way of work at A1. And in summer, we set up an agile cross-functional team of internal enthusiasts who started to design our new way of work framework. The team works agile, it's still active, and is constantly adding new practices and guidelines. This slide really well represents our current work reality. We work from various locations, and what really connects us is digital. Intranet, access to internet, our workplace, Microsoft Teams, and our HR information system, Getsko. But for us, it was really important to define some guiding principles which we will follow. And you can see them on the left slide. So, I mean, first, really to define the right mindset. We need to be brave. We need to be agile and work together as a team. Smart working, which is a bit broader than remote work. I mean, it's important that we work where best suits me, my company, and our customers. So it's not important, better say, it's important that the work is done and not so much important where this work is done. So smart work, really important. Then digital first. I mean, actually, from March on, all of our meetings, work planning, collaboration primarily happens in digital. We are using in our organization Microsoft Teams quite a lot. And we put really a lot of efforts and communication to use this tool efficiently. Live meetings are and will still be important for building and maintaining the culture in the future. And also to foster creativity and innovation, also to celebrate together the successes. But these moments we really need to see as a special moments. Majority of our collaboration now and in the future and time spent will be spent in digital. So collaboration is really key. So we succeed together. And we need to know what we are aiming as a team, and we need to know what each of us contribute. Transparency is crucial, value creation is crucial. So all these are values and behaviors which are really needed to operate with digital tools and apps. As said, Microsoft Teams, Gecko, Workplace, and our internet, our key tools and apps which we are using currently. And values are key. Self-organization, empowerment, accountability. All these values and behaviors are expected by each of us. When we lead successfully ourselves and we see the results of our work, we are motivated and engaged. It is really on us, on each of us, how we will succeed in this environment. And we expect from our leaders that they lead and support the new way of work. We see our leaders as role models of our new way of work. So they need to be first adopters, being here for others, being empathetic, influencing on our people, engaging, purposeful. Really, really important. So our new way of work framework includes instructions and guidelines which are grouped into the three major areas. work organization, work environment, and employees. And this framework includes guidelines like how to run virtual meetings, which tools to use, how to organize or importance of daily short team meetings for the team, how to manage work-life balance better, how to set goals, where to report illness so that your manager and also your peers know where what's your situation currently, how to plan and report your daily work location, and many, many more. So we are working in this modus now for some months already, and I can say that we adopt it quite well. Uh, but I also can say that lately can be felt that we are already quite fed up with lockdown. Serbs would say dokle bre, brate. People are tired and stressed out. So we are currently really mostly focused on well-being of our employees, especially physical, but also psychological. But I tell you, I mean, big changes only happen when big problems arrive. So maybe we can look at pandemic as well as a gift, one that is forcing society to transform. With all the pain and suffering which is going on at the moment, there we can see also lots of empathy, growth, and change in response. So I think we are not just in era of change. Uh, Most probably we are the change of era currently. So what's next? I mean, definitely we need to get on with the path ahead. And as David Ulrich is saying, without organization winning, there is no organization, no HR, and no workplace. So organization's first priority now is to define business priorities to make sure organization will be winning in the future. How to grow business, how to optimize costs, uh, how to continue with full speed with digital transformation. These areas will for sure be part of their business plan of the business plans of majority of the companies who want to succeed and winning in the future. But of course, to execute the strategy well, we need a culture which supports it. And during this year, we built the employee trust in our leadership. I mean, we've seen this from the surveys we've done lately, and I tell you, in our cluster, trust in leadership rose by 10% from last year. So evidently, we did something right. So employees appreciate set of activities which we did, empathy, which we shown as a leadership team, as managers and colleagues, and especially, I would say, frequent and transparent communication during this COVID time. And all these activities should definitely stay in post-COVID work environment. Uh, Companies' guiding principle of leadership should be more like that it measures success by the way it touches the lives of others. So, from a people perspective, the company should focus on listening to employees, empathy building, learning, and actively working to create a service mindset for all in the organization. So we know what we need to keep, and we will definitely keep it. And we know what the path ahead should be, and we build on it. We really want to be proud on the company we work for. So our focus will be on great employee experience, and definitely also clear support on ESG activities should be included in our way forward as well. But I would also say that major acceleration will need to be done in learning new skills and deploying them quickly in the daily work. This is a trend which we will be for sure seeing in most of the companies. In ours, I know that for sure. So skills like process automation, data analytics, and artificial intelligence, digital marketing, design thinking, uh, this kind of skills, but also soft skills like, I don't know, storytelling, change management. So really a lot for us on the plate. But I really believe and think that 2021 is shaping up to be a pretty exciting year for all of us. We have to create a better experience for our workforce and ensure the new normal becomes the new better. So let's make it happen. So are we really ready to make it happen in HR? I really believe that we have a lot work to do. To prepare ourselves for the future, HR must for sure do and learn the things which I put on the slide. First, and really the most important, is that we understand the business and know how to contribute to the vision, mission, and financial success of the business. If we won't be taken seriously by the management. And on a practical level, HR won't be able to execute all the activities which need to do, like attracting the right talents, hire them, train them, etc. Leadership live in the world of numbers and analysis. And if we want to play in that strategic advisory role, we have to do the same. And that's what really gives us the power to the work we do in HR. So analytics, it's crucial for the future. But as well, process automation, usage of artificial intelligence, data analytics. So all these things will play a key role in future employee experience. Most of moments that matter for employees in employee journey, like recruiting, onboarding, development, communication, setting goals, need to be adopted to remote work functioning in digital. So here it will be quite a lot of work for us in HR. And HR must as well invest in building the right skills for itself. So we need to be enabled to be able to support the companies to win in the marketplace, but also we need to build our skills. So data analytics, agile methodologies like design thinking, Scrum Master will be the mandatory skills of future HR for this, I'm sure. And with change of roles, tasks, and work locations, different forms of collaboration and business priorities, our organization will be in constant transformation. Organizational design and focus on effective change management will be needed by us as well. Yeah, steep learning curve will be needed, not just for the rest organization, for HR as well. So we need to adopt to a growth mindset, be comfortable with the need for continuous learning, and learn to navigate and succeed in a constant state of change. So let's make it happen.